अपने पैरों पे खड़े हो और खुद से मैडम बनो, इतनी काबिल बनो कि तुम खुद मैडम कहलाओ. दैट डे, दैट मोमेंट, आई वुड से अंदर से ना कुछ आत्मा हिल गई. और उस दिन मैंने ठाना, अब तुम बेटा मैडम मैं खुद ही बनू. Joining the armed forces was a strict no-no. In fact, when I had told my father, when I broke this news that I wanted to join the armed forces, there was huge resistance in my entire family. They were like, we do not have boys, leave aside girls in the armed forces. And you want to join the armed forces? Shut up. I would say I was inspired and I always wanted to be part of the Indian Armed Forces. When I was a child, that time it was not that clear whether I want to join the Indian Army or Indian Navy or the Indian Air Force.
But at least you were clear कि आपको अब इंडिया को सर्व करना है, whichever was not clear, but हाँ, at least it's इंडिया को सर्व करना है, that was very clear, right?
Always the term ladki jaat, and I used to feel very offended by this term, ladki jaat. It used to pinch me somewhere. In your life, if you want something, you have to burn your boots. Otherwise, laid back attitude, you're not going to achieve that. You cannot manage time. I do not believe in time management. That's a misnomer. You can only manage your focus or your priorities. Value time. Time is the most important resource in this entire planet. एक बार चला गया तो दोबारा नहीं आता है. Please invest your time in whatever you are doing. Always in all positive things you are doing, always use the word invest. जब आप किसी चीज में इन्वेस्ट करते हो ना, तो आप उसमें अपना ज्यादा फोकस डालोगे. डिसिप्लिन एक्चुअली हम सबके लिए जरूर लाइफ में, सिर्फ फौजियों के लिए आपको देख के ऐसा लगता है. डिसिप्लिन से ज्यादा होता है सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन. सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन मतलब, there's a saying, a good plan executed well in time is always better than a perfect plan executed a day after. There is nothing, no demarcation in my house that girls are not supposed to do this, girls are not supposed to do that. याद है? My father used to say. So मेरे लिए ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. So अगर मेरे बेटे को मैंने बर्तन धुलना तक सिखाया है, उसको कुछ कुछ चीजें खाना, survival, I tell them that these are all nothing related to gender, a boy or a girl. These are life skills. Okay. And life skills, everybody is supposed to know it.
When it comes to our kid, I don't know from where the power comes, but we can do anything for them.
True. That is there. I always say, like, being a lady, see, you give birth to beautiful souls, lives. You have this power. इससे ज़्यादा power और क्या चाहिए? आप अगर you have this power, आप सोचो आप कुछ भी कर सकते. It's all in your mind.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have been privileged and honored to have a super special guest. She has a power-packed personality and she is a true patriot by heart. She is Commander Prabha Lall, Indian Navy veteran. She is also a productivity coach, a thought leader, a TEDx speaker, and let's know more about her. So let's welcome Commander Prabha Lall. Hello, ma'am. I'm really privileged to have you on my channel. It's our honor that you accepted my request to give this interview on my channel. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is on mine. Thank you so much.
So I would like to know what inspired you to jump into Navy when, like, normally we girls are like told by the society that it's not your field. To be on the safer side, कि ये आपकी जगह नहीं, आपकी जगह चूल्हा चौका संभालने के लिए है.
Yeah, I was also a normal child. growing up in a normal household. Yes, I had to face many challenges when I was growing up, especially from my parents. The environment was such that you need to study, but then what to study was also decided by my father. And joining the armed forces was a strict no no. In fact, when I had told my father, when I broke this news that I wanted to join the armed forces, there was huge resistance in my entire family. They were like, we do not have boys, leave aside girls in the armed forces. And you want to join the armed forces? Shut up. So, this was the initial reaction. I'm sure many of you must be facing some or the other challenges in your life when you want to pursue your passion or whatever you want to do in your career or in your life. Definitely. Yes. So I too had similar challenges in my family, but then these are challenges. You need to overcome it.
Great, great. So that's so nice of you कि आपने उस mentality को like break करके एकदम firm रह के कि I want to get inside Navy. Whatever I have to do, I'll be making sure that I get inside that, right?
Yes, I used to watch many serials. That time, Doordarshan was the only channel which used to come. And there were many Fauji serials which used to come, Paramveer, Chakra, Fauji. And there was one serial in particular, Arohan, wherein it showed the life about the Navy, showed about the training in the Naval Academy and the life. Because for me, I did not know anything about Navy, being born and brought up on the banks of River Brahmaputra. I'm from Assam, Guwahati. So there, whatever I knew about the armed forces, it was only about the Indian Army. Some hoarding somewhere, do you have it in you? Those kind of thing. Seeing some Shaktiman trucks passing by, or interacting with few of my fellow friends in Kendriya Vidyalaya with whom I had studied. They used to come in their big vehicles in those army trucks and all. And they used to speak about the life inside the army. But Navy was totally, I did not know anything about Navy. For me, पानी मतलब ब्रह्मपुत्र नदी और इस पार से उस पार जो ferry से जाते हैं. That was the only basic knowledge which I had about water, I would say. But yes, Arohan, this serial gave me an insight about Indian Navy. And I would say I was inspired and I always wanted to be part of the Indian Armed Forces when I was a child. That time it was not that clear whether I want to join the Indian Army or Indian Navy or the Indian Air Force. In fact, there was a time where I wanted to join the Indian Air Force also. My sister happened to join Kendriya Vidyalaya, which was run by an Air Force school. So outside the school, there used to be big, aircrafts. And that time I wanted to join the Indian Armed Air Force. So you see how a child's mind wanders from joining the Indian Navy to Indian Air Force. And finally, she joins the Indian Navy. Even the serial Udan, that also was inspiration for me. So you can say a very filmy style of inspiration, whatever you want to say. Yes, but they do inspire.
Yeah, but at least you were clear कि आपको अब इंडिया को सर्व करना है, whichever was not clear, but हाँ, at least it's इंडिया को सर्व करना है. That was very clear, right? And
yes,
so nice of you to get inspired from a program. मतलब आज तो इतने सारे ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल है कि बच्चों के पास कि वो लोग वो प्रोग्राम में से इंस्पिरेशन लेंगे या नहीं लेंगे. बट आई थिंक इन लाइफ एक लाइन भी हमें ना इंस्पायर कर जाती है इफ इट टचेस आवर हार्ट, राइट?
वेरी ट्रू, वेरी ट्रू.
एंड आई वुड लाइक टू नो अबाउट योर स्टोरी बिहाइंड द वर्ड्स मैडम तो तुम्हें बनना है.
I thought this has gone viral. I think so. As I told about my upbringing, we are 4 sisters and 1 brother. So घर का माहौल ऐसा था कि पढ़ाई करो, that was always there. So my father was very clear about studies, that you have to be educated and you have to also work. He was liberal enough for that, but the choice, as I said, choice of the subjects or the career was slightly limited. Maybe he wanted to us to do a kind of job which according to him will give more stability, will be more secure. So any parent would definitely want the child's future to be secure. Now there was always a the environment was like that girls are not supposed to do this, girls cannot go alone at night or during daytime. I was always accompanied by a bhaiya if I have to go to X or Y place. So it was always the term ladki jaat. And I used to feel very offended by this term, ladki jaat. It used to pinch me somewhere. And I always used to tell even my cousins also that it is never about being a boy or a girl. It is always about the opportunities which are given to them. So once what happened, this there was a guest at my house and he had come for dinner. And in front of the guest, my father casually, he just said a remark that, beta, I was in class 12th that time. Just casually said, beta, madam to tujhe banna hi hai. Either by virtue of yourself or by virtue of your husband. The choices are yours. मतलब मेरी शादी किसी ऑफिसर से करा देते तो फिर मैं मैडम बन जाती. सो वो एक था. और दूसरा, या तो अपने पैरों पे खड़े हो और खुद से मैडम बनो, इतनी काबिल बनो कि तुम खुद मैडम कहलाओ. दैट डे, दैट मोमेंट, आई वुड से अंदर से ना कुछ आत्मा हिल गई. और उस दिन मैंने ठाना, अब तुम बेटा मैडम मैं खुद ही बनू. अपने पैरों पे खुद खड़े होना है, इस काबिल बनना है कि मैं मैडम मेरे वजह से कहलाई जाऊं, ना कि मेरे हस्बैंड की वजह से. और उस दिन जो एक किक आया अंदर से, बस हमें लाइफ में ना कभी कभी एक लात जरूरी होती है, एक किक चाहिए होता है. और ये किस रूप में आपकी लाइफ में आएगा आपको पता नहीं है. God, no, he will place certain people into your life. Maybe you will not feel good about that person at that particular moment, but yes, later on when you look back, उसके वजह से आज मैं हूं जो भी हूं. ऐसे एक वजह से नहीं होता, कई छोटी छोटी चीजों को मिला के आपकी जिंदगी में अक्सर कई लोग आपको इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं. कुछ अच्छे इन्फ्लुएंस, कुछ बुरे इन्फ्लुएंस. बुरे इन्फ्लुएंस से आप सीखते हो, यू गेट द लेसन्स. अच्छा है तो अच्छा है. सो आगे बढ़ो, बस आगे बढ़ते रहो. लाइफ में ऐसे बहुत सारे मौके मिलेंगे. ग्रैब दोज अपॉर्चुनिटीज, मूव अहेड.
Wow, that was so nice. जिसने आपको like commander बना दिया. The single line, it touched your heart. Can you just brief us about your journey from then till now, how it has been?
See, life again, I would say, is not a straight line. Yeah, it's always up. There are many ups and downs, and that is why it is called life. In any life, like if you see, हम जिंदा हैं तो ईसीजी मशीन में हम देखते हैं, इट इज नेवर अ स्ट्रेट लाइन, इट इज अप एंड डाउन. स्ट्रेट लाइन मतलब हम मर गए हैं, खत्म. So उसी तरह in our life also we may have certain challenges. सबके लाइफ में होता है. My life was also that. Right from choosing my career, I had to convince my parent. My father was not at all convincing. He didn't allow me initially to join the armed forces. Maybe he was more concerned about, I don't know, maybe he was worried about how is the life in the armed forces. कभी मालूम नहीं. But yes, आपको we call it burn the boats. There's a saying, if you want something in your life, you have to burn your boat. किसी आइलैंड पे जाओ और दुश्मन के जो बोट्स है ना, मतलब अपने बोट्स जला लो, ताकि आप when you win the war, now you will have control over their boats also. So if you want something in your life, the universe will definitely conspire something, but then that the need should come, and you have to send a message to the universe. Yes, I want it. Yes, I want it. I always say that affirmations doesn't work without discipline. सिर्फ भगवान मुझे दे दो, भगवान मुझे दे दो, ऐसे भगवान नहीं देने होंगे, है ना? उसके लिए खुद मेहनत भी करनी पड़ेगी. So in your life, whatever you want to do it, you need to work towards that. Do one thing. Maybe it is not the correct way. At least you now know that that is not the correct way. Move on. 3 स्टेप आगे तो 2 स्टेप पीछे. इट्स ओके. 1 स्टेप आगे गए. बढ़ते रहो, बढ़ते रहो. Trial and error, it is okay. In our life, we learn from experiences. So, life में experience matters. समय सब कुछ सिखाता है. समय सबसे बड़ा बलवान है. The most important resource in your life is time. Teaches you many things. You use it judiciously. You need to invest your time. Choice is again yours. Either you waste it or you invest it. Again, it's your choice. So be very particular about the choices you make in your life. गलती हो सकती है, but then get back. गिरे तो उठ जाओ. ठीक है, कोशिश की, उठ जाओ. गलतियां हो सकती है. So move with this mindset. कि काम करना है, काम करना है, आगे बढ़ना है. आगे बढ़ने के लिए मुझे जो जो करना होगा मैं करूंगी. ये सीखना है, ये सीखूंगी. इसके पास जाना है, ये पूछना है, ये मतलब उससे ये पता करना है, या whatever in your life. If you want something, you have to burn your boats. Otherwise, laid back attitude, you're not going to achieve that.
या वो तो बिल्कुल भी उस फील्ड में चलेगा ही नहीं, राइट? देयर तो यू हैव टू बी लाइक शार्प, एकदम पंक्चुअल एंड एकदम फोकस्ड, राइट? या सो I would like to know, being a woman, you have been into Indian Navy for more than 16 years. So how was your experience? मतलब how did you find कि एक women और एक वहाँ पे जो भी environment होता है, is it like very tough for a woman? मतलब बहुत mentally strong, prepared रहना पड़ता है. How it is? मतलब we are staying outside. हमारे लिए like वो जगह ना एक बहुत disciplined, बहुत tough, that image we have. तो कैसी होती है वहाँ अंदर की दुनिया actually?
अंदर की दुनिया बाहर की दुनिया से ज्यादा अलग नहीं है. Being a woman, I would say, देखो, डिसिप्लिन इज अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर लाइफ. फौजी है तो डिसिप्लिन बहुत जरूरी है. इसमें मैं ये नहीं बोलूंगी, लेकिन डिसिप्लिन एक्चुअली हम सबके लिए जरूरी लाइफ में. सिर्फ फौजियों के लिए आपको देख के ऐसा लगता है. डिसिप्लिन से ज्यादा होता है सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन. सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन मतलब things you have to do, you're supposed to do when no one is even watching you. मतलब किसी से इंटीग्रिटी, विल कॉल इट इंटीग्रिटी. ऑनेस्टी और इंटीग्रिटी में यही है. ऑनेस्टी मतलब मैं एकदम मतलब सब ठीक है, लोग मुझे देख रहे हैं. नहीं, जब कोई नहीं देख रहा है तब मैं क्या करूं. दैट इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट. तो अगर आपने खुद से ही डिसाइड करा है कि कल मुझे 7 बजे उठना है, आपने ही डिसाइड करा है ना, और खुद ही बैठ के बस स्नूज बटन दबाया जा रहे हो, तो फिर उससे अच्छा आप 7:30 का अलार्म लगाते. अपनी तो रेस्पेक्ट करो. दिस डिसिप्लिन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. नाउ coming to the armed forces life, yes, it is different, I would say, not challenging, different from the civilian life. Some pros, some cons, सब में होता है. We move every 3 years from one station to the another station. Even our family gets accustomed to this lifestyle. You know, new school, our kids have to join new school, new friends. For us, meeting new friends retaining relationship with our old ones in a previous duty station. So basically, it's like extended family. So that's a nice regimental concept which we follow. So everyone is a family for us. And in times of need, we do help each other. We care for each other. Even if, let's say, we are posted to a place and if we are supposed to leave our family behind, so there will be a system, a support system to take care for our families in case they need any help. So our regimental system is very strong. ना so ये हो जाता है अपने आप में. Now coming to being a lady, yes, definitely being a lady, you need to balance your work as well as your work front both. So it's okay. There were times when like my husband is in the armed forces, and there were times we were not posted together. In fact, many a times he has not seen the kids growing up also. Yes, I was all alone with the kids for their upbringing. But हो जाता है. If you prioritize your things, हो जाएगा. सब हो जाता है. You need to be very focused about your priorities. As I said, being a woman or for anybody, I always say that दिन में 24 घंटे सबके पास है. For you, for me, for the person who is listening, for Tata, for Ambani, everybody. I cannot be present everywhere. I cannot do each and everything. I have only two hands. So I need to prioritize. You cannot manage time. I do not believe in time management. That's a misnomer. You can only manage your focus or your priorities. I can be present only at these many places. I can do only these many things on my own, right? So I divide my schedule, my time as per my priority for the day. And I decide where I want to do things myself, where things which require my focus only, जो किसी और से नहीं करवा सकती हूँ. And I do not want to dilute the quality. Let's say I want to spend time with my husband or my child. I want to play a game with my child, whatever. Or I want to work on a certain project, or I'm speaking, I'm a speaker. Nobody else can speak on behalf of me. But yes, I can delegate certain jobs. So I always believe in the focus funnel, and I share this with everybody. It's a very nice funnel given by Mr. Rory Vaden. Automate things which you can automate. Sending emails, setting up of reminders. These days, there are so many emails or apps which are there. So you can automate things on their own. So that will save time. Delegate within the, you can delegate within your team or within the household, right? Things which instead of you, somebody else can do it for you. So if I am unable to go to the market, I can ask my son to go or my husband to go. If I cannot delegate within my team or my household, होता है ना, नहीं बोल पाते, सब कुछ मेरे ऊपर ही है. So I can outsource it. I can ask my maid or for cooking or whatever. So I can either automate, delegate, or outsource. And the things which require my attention, my focus, I will only focus on those things. If I have to make a call to my parents or to XYZ, I will schedule it. Yes, that is important. Nobody else can do it. So I say this to everyone that please manage your priorities. Also, being a lady, we always get into the rat race of comparison. उसके पास तो ये है, उसके पास तो ये है. जो उसके पास है ठीक है, मेरे पास नहीं है, लेकिन जो मेरे पास है वो उसके पास भी तो नहीं है. It's okay. Like it's okay. Every head has its own headache. उसके लिए कुछ और important है, मेरे लिए कुछ और important है. चलता है. आज उसकी प्रायोरिटी है फीस जमा करना या जमीन खरीदनी, मेरे लिए नहीं है, मेरे लिए कुछ और प्रायोरिटी है. मेरे लिए कार खरीदनी जरूरी है, मेरी कार खराब हो गई है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. So please do not compare. If you get into this comparison, उसके पास diamond है तो हो गया. Let's be thankful for what we have. This is very important in our life. There are certain things which are beyond our control. जो है कम से कम उसमें आप फोकस करो. जो नहीं है उसका हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. आप अगर कर सकते हो उसको पाने के लिए तो बिल्कुल करो. If you have the capacity, बिल्कुल करो. You should have that courage to achieve something. Do it.
Wow, such is अमेजिंग आंसर कि हमें हमारी प्रायोरिटीज मैनेज करनी. टाइम तो 24 ही घंटे है हमारे पास. एंड द वे यू एक्सप्लेन्ड इट स्टेप बाय स्टेप, आई थिंक माय ऑडियंस विल डेफिनेटली बेनिफिट फ्रॉम इट, क्योंकि ये बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम होती है स्पेशली विमेन के साथ कि हम लोग ना बहुत सी बार बहुत सी चीजों के लिए बैक सीट पे चले जाते हैं, स्पेशली विद आवर ड्रीम्स और समथिंग. जहां पे हमारी बात आती है वहां पे हम बैक सीट पे चले जाते, दूसरों की बात आती है तो वी आर लाइक फुल ऑन. हाँ ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है. I would like to know कि what are your top learnings from the experience that you have inside Indian Navy?
Okay. There are many. See, there's a saying, जितना रगड़ा उतना तगड़ा. The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. This is self-explanatory. मतलब किसी भी चीज को इतनी बार आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो वो आपकी आदत बन जाएगी. यस, सो वो आप सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में भी आप कर लोगे. इतनी ट्रेनिंग की जाती है. हमें ट्रेनिंग इतना क्यों करवाते हैं फौज में कि मतलब आंख भी बंद करो तो वो काम ऑटोमेटिक हो जाए. इतना मतलब आई वोंट से रगड़ दिया जाता है. मतलब जितना रगड़ा उतना तगड़ा कहने का मतलब है कि आप फिर उसमें कॉम्पिटेंट बन जाओगे. सो यू मूव फ्रॉम द क्वाड्रेंट ऑफ कॉन्शियस अनकॉम्पिटेंट टू अनकॉन्शियस कॉम्पिटेंट. Yeah, so it becomes your habit. Yeah, unconsciously you do that thing perfectly. I won't use the term perfectly, but yes. The second is, there's a saying, a good plan executed well in time is always better than a perfect plan executed a day after. So don't run for perfection. 80% सही है, कर लो. Because perfection, आज you want to do it in a particular way. If you're unable to do it, you will postpone it for tomorrow. But tomorrow, some new technology will come and it will not remain perfect. Yes, it should be a good plan, not a bad plan कि बस launch कर दो. Especially in times of war or any exercise, whatever. This applies in our life also. Do not wait for perfection. Perfection कभी नहीं आता. Practice से improvement होती है. So you keep on practicing. You plan your things, and if it is 80% okay, just shoot. बाद में आप ठीक करते रहो ना. एक बार आप once you do it, you will learn. Okay, now at trial and error or whatever you want to do it, you will learn on your own. Okay, I can do this better. I can do this better. So this are the two things if I have to share. And as I mentioned, I always value time. Time is the most important resource in this entire planet. एक बार चला गया तो दोबारा नहीं आता है. Please invest your time in whatever you are doing. Always in all positive things you are doing, always use the word invest. जब आप किसी चीज में इन्वेस्ट करते हो ना तो आप उसमें अपना ज्यादा फोकस डालोगे. I love the word focus. आप उस पर फोकस करोगे. I am investing my time in Zumba. I'm investing my time in learning new skills. Don't say, even if you're going to watch a movie, that's for your refreshment. Yes, you like to watch Netflix, but yes, schedule it. Do not just haphazardly plan your.
Wow, that's so nice. मतलब इस तरह से अपने अपने टाइम को मैनेज करो कि हमें भी ऐसे लगे कि हमने प्रोडक्टिवली हमारे टाइम को यूज किया है. ओके, आई वुड लाइक टू नो व्हाट इंस्पायर्ड यू. मतलब पहले आप इंडियन नेवी में थे, फिर उसके बाद व्हाट इंस्पायर्ड यू टू बिकम अ प्रोफेशनल स्पीकर, थॉट लीडर, टेड स्पीकर. मतलब कुछ तो रहा होगा कि हाँ ये मैं चुनती हूँ अब.
See, being in the Indian Navy, this was a inherent part of our job profile. If you know about the hierarchy, there are people above you and there are people under you. So you are in charge of those people. And we call it people management or man management in the corporate parlance. People matters for each and everything. So you need to build that confidence in them. अगर आपको बोलना है कि मुझे वॉर के लिए किसी को प्रिपेयर करना है, so you imagine the kind of thought process, or you have to influence them, motivate them to do a particular thing. Yes, so you have to speak to them, know your men. We call this term know your men. First thing you should know about them. Okay, that's one part of it. आप अपनी बातों से इस तरह उनको इन्फ्लुएंस करना. सो आई ऑलवेज फील that if you can speak, you can influence. If you can influence, you can impact lives. And I feel communication is really important. Now, this communication is how, as an engineer, हमने पढ़ा था एक input, you have a process and an output. But the feedback is equally important. जरूरी ये नहीं है कि आपने जो बोला उसने सुना नहीं, उसने क्या समझा, वो ज्यादा जरूरी है. So if you say the communication has to be proper, that is one. Second is the communication has to be complete. अगर आपने मूवीज में देखा होगा, शेरशाह फॉर दैट एग्जाम्पल, उसमें हम बोलते हैं सो ओवर एंड आउट सुनते होगे ना. सो ओवर तब बोलते हैं जब मैंने अपनी बात कंप्लीट कर ली, ताकि बीच में कोई डिसरप्शन ना हो और बीच में सो द कम्युनिकेशन हैज टू बी क्लियर. ओवर, उसके बाद ही दूसरा आदमी बोलेगा, उसने क्या समझा वो बोला, ओके दिस, लास्ट कंप्लीट करेंगे ओवर एंड आउट. यस, सो हमने जो बोला क्या सामने वाले को समझ में आया कि नहीं. If my audience doesn't understand English and I am blurring and blah 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 English, does it make any sense? No. I need to understand, I need to speak in the language, in the way that the other person understands, not listens. He has to understand. So समझ में आना चाहिए. If required, ask them again. समझ में आया, क्या समझ में आया. When you ask them, कई बार आपको लगेगा समझ में ही नहीं आया. Yes, so change your way. So communication is incomplete till the time whatever you want to say A has to be communicated properly to the other person. And this is where in military, it's ingrained in your way of talking. आपको इस तरह से बोलना है कि सामने वाले को, it has to be communicated properly. Accuracy, brevity, clarity. ABC, clear. These things have to be there.
So वो वहीं से स्टार्ट हो गया था कि ये तो बेस तो वहीं पे बन गया था कि ये प्रोफेशनल स्पीकर बनने के लिए आपने कोई नया चीज तो सीखा नहीं, वही एक्सपीरियंस यूज करके आप यहाँ पे सबको इंस्पायर करते हो. So Prabha ma'am, in today's world, when we are going, we are seeing that around us so many people are suffering from depression, anxiety, ये सारी चीजें, like in spite of having so many facilities, आज के जमाने में हमारे पास हर एक चीज अवेलेबल है, फिर भी ये चीजें बढ़ गई है. पहले जब ये सब नहीं था, that time we were like more happy and peaceful, but अभी because of the exposure and because of the availability, in spite of the availability of so many things, people are going in depression. तो आप क्या suggest करोगे कि how to live a happy life, मतलब how to overcome all these things?
Okay. There are certain things which are in our control. There are certain things which are beyond our control. गीता में भी कहा गया है, जो है सो है. लाइक कोविड ही आया, क्या हमारे कंट्रोल में था? नहीं. तो जो कंट्रोल में है हम उस पर फोकस करें. I always have this, there's a serenity prayer I would like to share with you all also, that, God, give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This has been a very important line in my life. आप सब जगह नहीं हो सकते, सब चीजों पे आपका कंट्रोल नहीं है. लाइक जूम हम अभी रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं, अभी अचानक से लेट से चला गया. सो व्हाट कैन आई डू? आई कैन ओनली ज्वाइन बैक अगेन, राइट? सो लाइफ में बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी है. एज आई मेंशन, डू नॉट कंपेयर. यू शुडंट कंपेयर योरसेल्फ कि ये है वो है. दैट इज वन. एंड बी ग्रेटफुल. बी ग्रेटफुल फॉर व्हाट यू हैव. या दैट इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. लाइफ में स्ट्रेस तो, what is stress? There's a saying, हर सांस के बाद दूसरी सांस के आने की उम्मीद. ये उम्मीद जो होती है ना, I'm not saying about सांस only, I'm talking about expectations. When your expectations doesn't meet the outcome, you become frustrated. You set an expectation, but you're not working towards it. There's a mismatch. Mansa vacha karmana. What is there in our mind, what we speak, and our actions, if they are not in alignment, तो सब गड़बड़ हो जाए. इसको अलाइन करना बहुत जरूरी है लाइफ में. हमारे दिमाग, मतलब बहुत ज्यादा ये ना करें, कंपेयर ना करें. फोकस अगेन, फोकस रखो. जो लाइफ में आपके लिए प्रायोरिटी है उस पर आप कंसंट्रेट करो, सब हो जाएगा. वर्क हार्ड, वर्क स्मार्ट, होगा.
So basically हमको हमारा फोकस रखना जरूरी है, एंड कंपैरिजन नहीं करेंगे तो वी विल बी एबल टू कम आउट ऑफ द डिप्रेशन थिंग. वो मेन कारण है उसका. जो आपने सीखा है लाइक डिसिप्लिन्ड लाइफ जीना, सो कैन यू आल्सो गिव टिप्स? क्योंकि आई थिंक हम सिविलियंस का माइंड ना थोड़ा तो फ्लक्चुएट करते रहता है, उतना डिसिप्लिन में हम चलते नहीं है. हो गए कुछ एक्सेप्शंस तो हर जगह होते हैं, बट फिर भी हमारे जैसे लोगों के लिए कि हाउ टू लिव अ डिसिप्लिन लाइफ, बिकॉज इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू सक्सीड इन एनी एरिया ऑफ आवर लाइफ.
यस. देखिए ऐसा है, आई स्पोक अबाउट सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दैट्स वन. सेकेंड इज कंसिस्टेंसी. Anytime consistency, anytime over intensity. So Bruce Lee has very nicely said this line, that long-term consistency beats short-term intensity. किसी भी हैबिट को आप जब करते रहोगे थोड़ा 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 करके, even if you improve by 1% also, you will see that in life, you at the end of the year you will be 37% better, even if you do 1% each day. Yes. So this consistency, keep on doing it. Build that consistency muscle in you. Daily kuch karo towards your whatever is your priority, whatever is your focus. You need to build long-term goals and divide it into short-term goals. And this short-term goals, keep revising it, because I am a person, there are certain things beyond my control, the environment around me, उसके हिसाब से अपने चीजों को उसमें changes लाओ. Yes. So this is very important. Self-discipline and consistency.
Yeah, but many times what happens na ki we want to do certain things, but our mind, our comfort zone pulls us back. वो डिसिप्लिन करना है होता है, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं कोई रेजिस्टेंस हमें पुल बैक कर देता है. तो हाउ टू ओवरकम दैट?
रेजिस्टेंस तो रहेगा. रेजिस्टेंस इज पार्ट ऑफ आवर, इट्स देयर इन आवर लाइफ. उसमें आप नहीं कर सकते, बट उस चीजों को, रेजिस्टेंस को इतना अपने ऊपर हावी ना होने दो. मतलब मुझे ये करना है तो फटाफट उस चीज के से रिलेटेड, अगर आपने लेट्स से कहीं जाने का प्लान करा, तो फट से उससे रिलेटेड कोई एक एक्टिविटी करो. यू सर्च ऑन द इंटरनेट, यू गेट अटैच्ड विद इट. एक एक्टिविटी पर्टेनिंग टू दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग विच यू हैव थॉट. जिम जाना है, नींद आ रही है, क्या करे, बारिश हो रही है, 1 2 3 उठ जाओ, जूते पहन लो. जूते एक बार पहन लोगे ना, उसके बाद आप जिम भी पहुंच जाओ. सो दिस इज वेरी मच
इनिशियल रेजिस्टेंस. वो एक बार हम ओवरकम कर ले तो आई थिंक वी कैन बाउंस बैक.
Yeah, so I have always spoken about the choices even in my TEDx talk, voices and choices. For everything you do, there will be an inner voice inside your head which will tell you not to do. अरे बैठ जाओ यार, मौसम अच्छा है, चाय पकौड़े खाते हैं, that way. For everything you do, our brain is designed in such a way that it knows only 2 things. The primary function is to keep you alive, yes, and to see your comfort. These are the 2 basic things. But then you have to go outside your comfort zone and do certain things. And slowly it will become your habit. अच्छा तो सबको लगता है घर में बैठे रहना, एसी चल रही हो, everything. But then, soldiers are not made in air-conditioned rooms. They are made in trenches. जब मिट्टी में सने रहेंगे, उस that experience से गुजरेंगे, then only they become good soldiers. I cannot become a good soldier sitting in an air-conditioned room.
Correct. Okay, I would like to know, जैसे कि you are a mom of 2 kids, so आपकी पेरेंटिंग में ऐसा क्या आप चीजें यूज करते हो जो आपने सीखी है फ्रॉम योर एक्सपीरियंस, जो नॉर्मली हम लोग शायद नहीं यूज करते होंगे, बट वी वुड लाइक टू नो योर पेरेंटिंग स्किल्स की कुछ टिप्स.
I believe in gender neutral parent. By saying so, I have a son, a teenage son who's 15 years old, and a daughter who is about to be 10. So जो चीज मैं इसको बताती हूँ वही सेम चीज मैं उसको भी बताती हूँ. तो देर इज नथिंग, नो डिमार्केशन इन माई हाउस दैट girls are not supposed, again, girls are not supposed to do this, girls are not supposed to do that. याद है, my father used to say. So मेरे लिए ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. So अगर मेरे बेटे को मैंने बर्तन धुलना तक सिखाया है, उसको कुछ चीजें खाना, सर्वाइवल, I tell them that these are all nothing related to gender, a boy or a girl. These are life skills. Okay. And life skills, everybody is supposed to know it. Be it a boy or a girl. There's no demarcation. So खाना बनाना, बर्तन करना से लेकर के, riding a cycle or going for some physical activity, karate, football. My daughter goes for football. I have not told her, तो लड़कों का game है, no. So nothing like that. So there's no demarcation. So I truly believe in gender neutral parenting, and also in mutualism also, like there's nothing between myself and my husband, like okay, ये और जो उस समय खाली है वो करते. So even for parenting also, let's say if I have my sessions, so he will pitch in if he is free. He's a doctor, so if he is busy in a particular emergency hai ya kuch hai, then I will take care of the things. So it's both ways. So साथ में मिलके हो जाता है. So I always believe as a family, we, हम, मैं करने से कुछ नहीं होता.
So was it from the beginning of the marriage, or eventually you guys learned that?
See, dheere dheere, eventually, I would say, as we became parents, you know, and we were not staying together also, that was also one part of it. So, see, कुछ भी चीज overnight तो होती नहीं है. And there's always a scope for improvement. So then you have to talk to your kids, talk to your spouses, talk to your parents. बहुत जरूरी है. फोन से ही कनेक्टेड रहो, जैसे भी कनेक्टेड रहो. We call it the sphere of influence. Talk to them. This is very important. Because as parents also, कभी साथ हैं, कुछ रहते साथ में, कुछ नहीं है. The times are such you never know कब क्या हो जाता है. So please speak to them. At their age, they want, हमसे क्या चाहिए? कोई उनकी सुने. कोई उनकी सुने. Let them speak. हाँ मम्मी, हाँ पापा, ठीक है, आप सही हो, ठीक है. So this is very important. इस समय चाहे बच्चे इसके साथ भी हो. You know, when the child comes back from the school, they'll just start blah, मेरे साथ ये हुआ, आज मेरे साथ. They are not asking for your advice or, you know, bus be a silent listener. Okay, cha. So listen. Most of the time we speak to just, we listen to speak, I would say. We do not listen to listen.
हमें उसका इंटरेस्ट से सुनना है उनको. So true, so true. Thank you for sharing these tips. And I would like to know a final piece of advice for all the women out there जो like feel करते कि like कुछ करना है, but they face that identity crisis, that pain inside that heart. वो अपने लिए stand नहीं ले पाती है. तो what should they do to just stand up for their dreams?
See, again, your focus has to be clear. Sometimes the things which you want may not be available to you immediately. Yes, you have to convince. There are many layers or steps which you have to cross in your life. Life is not easy for a woman, or these days for a man also. It is, I believe, equally. So one is you have to communicate. Communication is part of your life. Communication, negotiation, persuading to your loved ones or your seniors, you need to tell them. So communication has to be proper. Communicate. होगा, time लगेगा. किसी भी revolution को change करने के लिए time लगता है, होगा. How much persistent you are, that is important. कितना आपको वो चाहिए, कहते हैं ना शिद्दत से चाहिए, वो शिद्दत कितनी है, वो बहुत important है. So there's nothing, I said, for a girl, you need the right opportunity. और वो opportunity मिलती नहीं है, बनानी पड़ती है. You need to create it. It is said that give a girl the right shoes and she can conquer the world. दूसरा is be resilient in nature. By resilience, I mean you can fall 7 times. It's okay. But every time you fall, you need to get up. Fall 7 times, get up the 8th time. Yes? गिरोगे सीखोगे. उसको failure नहीं मानो. Either you win or you get a lesson. Yes? So this resilience होगा. आगे बढ़ना है. आगे बढ़ो, पीछे थोड़ा सा हटो, लेकिन आगे बढ़ते रहो. बहुत जरूरी है ये लाइफ में. I had read some quote somewhere and I really liked about resilience, especially about women. I'd like to share that also. Says that when the storm recedes, she looks back and smiles at the journey she has tread. And there she spots the palanquin the palki that has carried her, the palki of resilience. You never know what is your potential. Try experimenting.
Yeah, I think यहाँ पे मुझे एक आपके इंटरव्यू से एक किस्सा याद आ रहा है कि like when it comes to our kid, I don't know from where the power comes, but we can do anything for them.
True, true. That is there. I always say, like, being a lady, see, you give birth to beautiful souls, lives. You have this power. इससे ज्यादा पावर और क्या चाहिए? आप अगर you have this power, आप सोचो आप कुछ भी कर सकते. It's all in your mind. You just have to overcome that thought. Overcome that thought. You can do anything. You can do. Believe in yourself. पहली बात है, self belief is very important. हम खुद को ही इतना लो एस्टीम में डाल देते हैं, हमसे ना हो पाएगा. लोग क्या कहेंगे? ये जो चक्रव्यूह है ना, इसमें फंस के सबसे बड़ा एक तो लोग क्या कहेंगे. या वो मेरे घर में चूल्हा चौका करने नहीं आ रहे ना. It is important for me. Let me do it. लोग क्या कहेंगे? मेरी मम्मी हमेशा कहती थी, वही एज आई टोल्ड यू, लाइफ में बहुत सारे लोग कौन कहाँ क्या बोल देता है. तो मम्मी की एक लाइन है, कुत्ता भौंके हजार, हाथी चले बाजार. तो बस आपको करना है. देयर विल बी पीपल इन योर लाइफ टू पुल योर लेग. मूव अहेड. एंड वन डे द सेम बार्किंग डॉग्स विल नाउ एंड से वाओ, देखो मैं तो उसको जानता हूँ. वो ना बहुत, मैं जानता हूँ, मैं जानती हूँ उसको. ऐसे, अरे अरे वो हमारे पड़ोस में रहते थे, उस समय वो बंद.
Yeah, so I hope it inspired all the women out there that who are like feeling कि हम कहीं कम है, हम में कुछ कमियां हैं. You all have the potential, just bring it out. क्योंकि जैसे मैंने बोला, एक माँ के पास वो पावर्स होती है पर पता नहीं होती है, लेकिन जब बच्चे पे आती है तो अपने आप आ जाता है. तो we all have that power. Just bring it out and work on your dreams. क्योंकि जैसे मैम ने बोला कि जो लोग बोल रहे हैं ना, जो लोग आज हमें सुना रहे हैं ना, those same people will appreciate us. They will be proud of us telling about our stories. So अभी जो भी हो रहा है, अभी जो भी आप फेस कर रहे हो, just ignore it and focus on your action जो आपको अपने ड्रीम्स की तरफ ले के जाए. So thank you for sharing this amazing tips, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
And it was my absolute pleasure and I am really honored कि आपने अपना इतना कीमती समय हमें दिया है. Thank you so much for sharing your life lessons with my audience. I'm really blessed and humbled.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. Jai Hind, everyone.